after the governor's meeting with him. Appreciate it, as always.
Thank you, Bianca.
Let's bring in our panel now. We have Democratic strategist, civil rights attorney Robert Patillo, political analyst Mark Halperin, and along with the founder of the Walkaway campaign, Brandon Straka. Gentlemen, a pleasure to have you with us. I just want to read something right now coming in. This is a developing angle here, Washington Post. We spoke to dozens of Biden delegates. Some are having doubts. The thousands of delegates, of course, will be in Chicago. Mark, they have the power to choose the party's nominee for president. What are you hearing from some of your sources there, how the Democrats will handle this? Because now there's continuing pressure. Even if the polling hasn't collapsed, the media is not backing off, albeit, they're putting out some of their best talking points here. It's still circling whether or not he's fit for office today, not even 4 years from now.
Well, there's a lot going on. The delegates, the donors, the elected officials, the media, some of Biden's own campaign advisors. There are plenty of people who doubt that Joe Biden should be or would be or will be the nominee. But I think it's almost certain, not certain, but almost certain that by the convention, there'll be a designated person, whether it's Biden, Harris, or someone else, and they're going to do their best to have Chicago not be a total disaster.
All right. Well, I mean, every day we kind of watch the president, as James just said. It'll be 9 o'clock they'll be watching. He has this ABC sit down. I want to play a little bit of South Carolina Democratic Congressman James Clyburn talking about what would be maybe a mini primary of sorts if Biden was not on the ticket. Let's play this.
How would you feel if they worked around and tried to go around Kamala Harris because of her lack of high poll numbers and popularity and broadly based? Do you think it's hers to have if it is not his?
I will support her if he were to step aside. But I want to support her going forward sometime in the future. I want this ticket to continue to be Biden-Harris. And then we'll see what happens after the next election.
It doesn't sound very encouraging. It sounds like, the Democrats, full chaos. Robert, as a Democrat, what do you think? Will it be Harris? Will it be somebody completely different? What's your read on where we are right now with everything such in flux?
I find it interesting that all of these reports come out, and everybody quotes anonymous sources. Everybody quotes some mysterious people in the background, donors, aides, etc. I've had people who work in the White House who I've worked with since the Edwards campaign back in 2003 and 2004. President Biden's not going anywhere. He's not stepping out of the race. He's not stepping down. He will be the Democratic nominee. He will be nominated at the convention. He will be on the ballot in November, and he has a very good chance of winning in November. Much of this is an attempt by people on the far left wing of the party who have been trying to push President Biden out before he was even the nominee in 2020. They're very upset about not getting the human infrastructure deal, for example, by not getting the Green New Deal.
I want to just step in because we want to make sure we get to all our panelists. I mean, Congressman Lloyd Doggett, who is a named person, there's not just somebody in a back room, did go on, as you know, 2 days ago and said that Biden needs to withdraw from the race. So there are people that are on the record here. And it was so concerning that they were making sure they had the governors meet last night. So, Robert, some people are on the record, and other Democrats are saying, like Golden is saying, Trump's going to win. We've seen that. I want to bring Brandon in. They're coming back with some interesting rhetoric about Donald Trump. Now, instead of focusing on Joe Biden and maybe a national security threat if someone with the nuclear codes needs naps, and they're going to try to talk about things like January the 6th, which you're very, entwined with, very well aware of how they will use this. What's your reaction to how Joe Biden is faring these few days? And even pick up on some of the things Robert just said, that he thinks he will win in November.
Well, honestly, to a degree, I believe I agree with Robert. I don't think that Biden has any I don't think he's going to be backing out at all. I think actually the most energy we might see from Joe Biden is as he's clutching the doorframe of the White House, refusing to leave. He's not going to go, and his wife is certainly not going to allow him to go. And honestly, I'm very surprised that the media has handled this as fairly and balancedly as they have, because after that debate, certainly they could have done what they usually do, which is say, Donald Trump is a monster, he's a liar, and try to, gaslight the public into believing that Joe Biden did just fine. It's very interesting how quickly the media has turned on Biden and so many people on the left. So I think it remains a great mystery what's going to happen. But certainly he does not have a lot of players on his side coming to his defense right now.